Aloha all, this is Samana. It's my 24th podcast, and this is my second of 3 series of holiday ideas, and I'm calling this one Dating, Relationship Advice, and Holiday Ideas. Okay, this is part 2 of quality time versus more materialism through the holiday. Regardless of if you're newly dating or you've been married 20 plus years, there's always pressure around Christmas time. I told my father my podcast topic this week when we were together on Sunday, and he right away just started to go off. Do you know how high the percentage of people that break up just before Christmas because they don't want to commit? And it just made me laugh. I said, yes, Dad, I'm aware of that. So we're bringing this up. So the pressure that happens in relationship, again, regardless if you just met or you've known each other for a while, is some of the questions, because I've counseled people around this time and the things that come up with them. So not only is this, childhood stuff comes up and past loneliness and regrets and missing people that have left or passed or died or something. So much is going on an emotional level with a lot of people, or stressed or, again, how do I buy these gifts or what's this holiday mean to me? But to whoever you're dating or living with or married to or in a relationship with, to have a conversation with them. The questions are basically like, do we give gifts? What do I give? These are all the pressures that so many people think. What is the meaning behind this gift? Like with some people, it's a lot. It's like they're not certain what they're feeling. And so I find this to be clarifying and helpful in your relationship. So if someone bolts before the holidays, then that saved you a lot of time. So I'll say that I've counseled many people. I'm going to say it's mostly men. I try not to be too gender one way or the other, but here it is mostly men, because women, for some reason, it's not that much of an issue. But some men say they don't even want to date when it comes to the holidays, or they sabotage their relationships as Christmas or New Year's is approaching just because of the pressure of commitment, or their possible rejection, or feeling that they're not worthy enough or good enough, or not clear of the message they want to send this person. So first off, whatever stage you're at, albeit the second date or years together, give the gift of an authentic conversation regarding the holidays and what it means. Tell your partner how you're feeling, if there's any insecurities that may be coming up. If you're not sure of what you are or what both of you, what the relationship means, or what's happening with family and friends or any of those things, like get some clarity. Clarity comes with conscious communication skills. Ask for a time to discuss this topic that works for both of you, and then start by sharing how you're feeling about the holidays. What are your expectations? What you would wish to do in the best case scenario? Now, mind you, it doesn't mean your partner will meet your request or your wishes. Yet, understanding is now possible by allotting the time for this topic instead of moving forward with assumptions or avoidance or dread. One fabulous gift idea is an intensive unconscious communication exercises and skills. What a coincidence. A little plug here for myself and David Garrison. Now, we taught be a relationship architect intensive in November. That went so successfully. The feedback I'm still receiving from the participants, I'm telling you, major patterns that they saw through the workshop, through the 2 days, and patterns they broke, and how the results are beginning to affect their life with their new insights and with a much more fulfilling life and relationship, or potential for what they want in a new relationship if they were single. So one texted me and said after a few dates with a new guy, she used her checklist, her qualifying checklist, and noticed her hooks and happily said goodbye. She said that was never my tendency before. If they're good looking, she just keeps moving forward. But she said there were just so many signs that it wasn't right that I decided to let it go. Now, I have seen her, and each time I see her, she is stronger and stronger and showing up more and healing whatever was happening with her past, because she's so committed to herself, to her needs, to knowing what she wants and going after it. And that's all it takes for a healthy relationship. Again, the relationship is always first with ourselves to be in alignment. And once that happens, we can be healthy with a partner in front of us, either drawing that person to us through the law of attraction or the partner that's already with us, and that alchemy changing and shifting with these tools. Okay. Now, another person with that workshop called the other day and told me that they totally shifted their career direction back to a place that was more significantly who they were, that all of these things started happening like overnight, and money coming to them and opportunities and all of this. And with her, again, as with all of us, our material world is often tied into our sense of self-worth. And once that is addressed, everything starts to change. So I will say that one of the gift ideas for yourself, so this is for singles or couples, is to sign up for our next intensive workshop, which is going to be the weekend of February 8th and 9th. It's a Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. A healthy lunch is included. I got great reviews on that too. I did all the cooking, and that's either $300 for one or or two people for $500. I don't care if it's a couple or two friends signing up or whatever. Now, we're only accepting 10 to 12 people. We're still debating on that. And as soon as we have enough deposits, so we're taking half the deposit before to hold your spot, and then you can pay the balance the day of the class. And it's going to be spectacular. So treat yourself to that. So that could be a Christmas gift, a Valentine's gift, everything all in one for yourself or a partner or something. One of the participants that's interested in this February contacted me and said that she just started dating this person and she feels like this is the one, and she wants to have the tools to make it last so that she doesn't get into the mistakes she had in the past. And I loved that. I'm like, that's a winning story. Like, you are exactly the kind of person that I want to do our workshop, because that's why we created it. So anyways, if you're single or a couple, definitely check out my website, spaluna.com, spaluna.com, and it will be on there under Relationship Workshop, and you could see some of the testimonials from the other class and all the other things that I do. Anyways, but learning how to communicate your needs more clearly and understanding what your needs are, because until we stop and ask those questions to reflect on what is happening and to notice we've changed, we can't possibly get clarity to know how to manifest, to have those needs fulfilled. So, we want a successful partnership. First, we have to have a successful partnership with ourselves. So let's get back to these creative conversations and compromises. So listen to both people's needs and expectations, whoever you're dating or living with or married to, and regarding, will you give gifts? So first ask that question. I've known many couples that want to give gifts, and if they do, then agree on a theme. Like, is this going to be something sportsy, or is this going to be like should we plan towards a vacation, or what are you going to, let's save the money for this investment. Like, I know different things. Or if you don't want a theme, then come up with an amount of money so that no one feels awkward with that. And again, men really like a standard so that they know. Or will you just do an adventure together? Now, I am one that I love experiences over material things. So learn what your partner likes. Ask them, because if you have a partner that their love language is gift giving and you're doing an experience, they may feel like, wait, what about me? And they may feel cheated. And again, it's not at all what you mean, but you got to know how someone else's love language needs to be met. So some unique ideas that you could do with a partnership is you write a poem to your partner or a song, or I did this recently, you write a letter of appreciation about them, being very specific about everything you appreciate, you're grateful for, you love about them. And then plan a night that you're both going to sit together with a bottle of wine or over dinner or at the beach or something, and you read this to each other while looking in each other's eyes, eye contact, whatever it is, and just really enjoy receiving. Notice if it's uncomfortable to receive. I had that experience that when it was reciprocated, that I noticed there was this like a little, like, is this a self-worth thing, or is this just because it's an avenue? What I discovered, it wasn't a self-worth thing. It was so intentional and beautiful, the words of appreciation, that it's almost as if I could feel it went to, I allowed it into a depth I've never felt before. So that's what was uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable, it was unfamiliar. So it was a new ground that I got to experience, which I love this, because the journey of the heart is the only journey worth walking. So, okay, back to this. So another idea is each of you design a date night. This is my favorite thing to talk about with relationships. So you could have, again, a limited financial cap. If there's one partner that's always worried about money, then put that in there so that he or she feels safe. If it's not about money and you're both flush right now, everything's going well, then that's not going to be an issue. So just, this is the terms. You decide on who's going to plan which date night. So you already have the dates in the calendar set up. And when it's your turn, you think in terms of your partner and whatever they would love most, and you create the most ideal date. And then when it's their turn, they create the ideal date that you would like. So this is doing a couple things. It shows you how insightful they are and how much they actually see you and how many points they get with their accuracy. Or you just kindly say, let me steer you in another direction. So another gift idea is men are stimulated visually, so have a little fashion show for him where you dress up with beautiful dresses, and you could have different themes and scarves and dancing, and then you could move on to a ending in the more sexier lingerie that you're showing them. You could have nice music on, and the dance is quite appealing. And if you choose, your partner could do the same for you. Now, there are some very stylish men out there. This is not just a one gender thing, so whatever's happening. Okay, so this holiday date. So this could be the woman, where I've just told a couple recently this, where the woman designs a sensual, sexual themed date for him with music, textures, tastes, maybe silk scarves, who knows what's all involved, essential oils, fun things to eat, berries, whipped cream, honey, so many things like that. And the man, when it's his turn for the holiday date, designs a romance-themed date for her. That may include flowers, her favorite chocolates, her favorite light, luscious foods. Most women like to eat more light, so what does she love to eat? Soft materials, nice visual, perfumes, whatever she loves, whatever you have learned about her that she loves. That is a great, wonderful, that's always extremely successful. And then after the dates, not the day of the dates, but after that, you both discuss what you loved most about it or what you'd like more of in the future regarding those dates. So it becomes a little, not only a fun experience, but something to learn about each other. So my favorite is couples massages. So you either go out to a place and you get a couples massage in the same room where you're having a different therapist massage each of you. Now, I did this in Bali once with my ex-husband, and it was so wonderful because they had these little baths where they put all this cinnamon sticks and all kinds of like herbs and stuff in this bath and served tea. And we each had an attendant, and he had this had this young little Balinese girl, and I had this older woman, and I instantly said with a nice laugh, "Let's switch our attendants." And he laughed at that and loved and appreciated that I'm like, I am not comfortable with him having this young woman sudsing him up and washing his testicles in front of me. I'd much prefer the old broad do it. So that was a lot of fun. And then first they give us this massage with all kinds of coconut oil. That was a lot of fun. And then they sudsed us up and then rinsed us off and then let us alone while we drank our tea and soaked in that little herb thing. So that was heaven. Now, mind you, that was way less expensive. I think that was $30 for that whole afternoon event. But you can do that in hotels for a lot more, probably $300 or plus more for that. But there are some incredible masseuses out there, and it's a fun thing to do. Or you massage each other. And again, depending on your relationship or how that feels, or if you feel like one's always cheated, I always say use your phone for the clock alone. So you could just put the time clock on without really looking at it and being present and doing everything you want while you're guided through that and this wonderful massage, and then see how much time you spent. And then your partner, you do it the opposite way where you start with that time, and when the timer goes off, they're done, so that you feel like it's balanced. So another fun adventure for the holidays is planning a meal. So that starts with planning what the meal is going to be, then preparing it together. Or you could sign up for a cooking class together. I know in Austin here they have these Central Markets, which have these wonderful cooking classes where it's either learning to make chocolates or desserts or pasta or something. I've taken cooking classes all over the world, and in Thailand and France and Italy, and so I love cooking classes. I love to cook, so it's fun. So you could either just do it in your home or, do that with your partner. It might be something fun. Also, there's all kinds of painting studios. There's pottery classes. There are dance classes. So how about taking a ballroom dance lesson together, or a tango, or a salsa class together? That is romantic. It's fun. You dress up. You're both learning something together. You're, on stage and with other people, and it's lovely. I've also known other ideas are you get a portrait done of the two of you. So you decide who's the photographer, how you want the pose, or do you want them to take you outside and you have them, done in nature, and then they'll go through the whole process together where you meet and see the proofs and which one you like the best that you both agree on, and then how you want it framed and how you want the border and all that stuff. And the entire process becomes this beautiful thing together that you shared. If you're more athletic and physical and you're in an area with the weather, that go kayaking, go paddleboarding, play golf, play tennis, play miniature golf, go on a hike, do bird watching and get a bird watching book. What else? Let's see. There are so many things. You could go jogging through a beautiful park. Go hunting if you're into that. Do a paintball thing or an escape room. Like, there are so many adventure things out there that I love it. Okay, so adding a little spice to the season, I created a game using mistletoe. So each of you has a mistletoe. So it's inexpensive, it's small, you could get it at Lowe's or Target or Home Depot, and you keep it close to you, keep it in your pocket throughout the week. So each partner has the right to initiate the mistletoe-inspired kiss. Whenever one of you notices you're feeling disconnected or you're too focused elsewhere or you just want a little attention, this just breaks up the days and the nights of the sameness. And if you happen to be in a challenging period in your relationship or feeling neglected, this allows both partners to initiate a kiss of connection. Then you go back, so you hold up the little mistletoe and you say, "Hun, look at this." And then he stops, he comes over, he kisses you, or the same you notice with him. And it will make you smile when you see your partner actually wants to play this too. As juvenile as it may seem, it's the inner child in us that wants to play like that. Then you could go back to whatever focus or business or computers or TV that you have. But to do that throughout the week or throughout the holiday is fun. And if you really want to up your game to a higher rating, you can have your mistletoe in your bedroom where you direct your partner to whatever body parts you need attention and want kissed. So you hold the potential green, those potent green leaves over your lips, over your neck, over your belly, wherever your creativity inspires you to go, and then you switch off and have the other person hold the mistletoe and direct you like a hot holiday traffic controller, finding the perfect sweet spots while learning to ask for your needs, be playful, and deeply connecting. I guarantee it's a lot of fun. Okay, so if you're coffee lovers, find a new cafe in your area. In Austin alone, I swear to you, I've been here almost 5 years, and there are still so many cafes that I have not gone to. So you could meet up, you could do a little post-it or a little sex text or a little enticing, meet me here at this time for an afternoon chat, and you could flirt and you could have fun, and sometimes the best foreplay is totally clothed in public in an area where you're just enjoying each other's company. Sometimes it's good to switch up your environment or your routine. And remember that new experiences bring new neurons in your brain, and better yet, they bring new responses because it's not the same old thing. Okay, let's get back to this dating. Now, sometimes it's important to have the holidays approach and see how your potential love interest fares. If it's too uncomfortable and a discussion isn't a possibility, you just notice a withdrawal or avoidance, or it's you being the one that's avoiding and withdrawing, why not try to challenge yourself and say, I don't want to do this behavior this time. This person isn't that bad. Let's have a discussion. If you can't get to them because they're not open to any type of discussion, it's best to know this early on, as I said. So cut bait and try again. And ladies, be kind And don't have unrealistic expectations. This is not a Hallmark movie. It is your life. So be kind to whoever you're dating and be clear. The key is the conversation, conscious conversation, meaning intentional conversation. Like, how are you feeling about this? We just started dating, or we've been living together for a short time now, but we've been together for a while. So how are we doing this? Are we spending the holidays with your family, with my family, with friends? Are we doing this together? Like, just be curious, see what's happening, see how you like to spend the holidays. Start with a conversation, if it's someone fairly new, of how do you normally spend the holidays? Like, tell me how it goes for you. Like, do you like the holidays? What are some of the traditions that you like to do? Who do you tend to spend the holidays with families or friends, or are you a loner? And just try to see, so it's not a setup. Like, don't make it uncomfortable. Just be curious about who this being is that you are wanting to spend more time with. And will it be in sync with who you are? And can you find new experiences that can get both your needs met? So, planning an experience to bond together or gain clarity. Either way, all of these suggestions I've been given you is for you to just qualify a person to see if this isn't the right person for you. Like, if the holidays are a big deal to you and it's not to them, then you either have to be okay with doing your own thing and allowing them to be that way, or, like, is it going to disappoint you? If it is, then be honest with yourself and care for yourself, because the pain isn't going to be about them not being with you. The pain is going to be about you not owning your needs and speaking up. But if it does matter, then at least give them the opportunity about how much they can meet you, or how you two can create new traditions together. Think of this moment, even if you've been together 20 years, what are new traditions you can create together with your partner this year? That it could be, we always go on December 23rd to this particular coffee shop for a coffee date, for a, oh, have I met you here before? And just do a little role play and have fun with it. Whatever it is, a movie, a something, like, have some tradition. As I said in the last podcast, there are so many beautiful outings here in Austin. I know that, where there's like Mozart Cafe, where they have that whole light show. I did that last year. I love that. It's like you're right on the lake, and it's so beautiful, and it's so fun with all the music playing and the lights going and the neon lights, and it's very festive, and they have all these little areas where you could go and walk around the neighborhoods and see their light show and the Christmas lights, and it's just a beautiful thing. So many things that you can do together that don't cost money, that are fun, that you can create new traditions together. So, always understanding that fear is a normal human emotion, yet understanding a balance. If someone isn't willing to confront their fear, if they're going to allow their fear to be real and limit them and prevent them from moving forward to see what new possibilities can unfold, then that in itself becomes a gift to you of the clarity that, is that right for you? Is that okay for you? Or do you want more? And then respond accordingly. So next week, I'm going to do my third of the holiday series. And this one, I'm going to discuss self-love, the greatest gift of all. So this is going to be for those single people out there, or people in relationship that are focused too much on their relationship or the other person, and they're feeling a little deficient. So I'm going to remind you of some beautiful things, some self-love tools you can do for yourself. And I'm hoping this holiday series is inspiring and gives you a few new ideas of what to do through the holidays. Who is worthy of doing it with you? Life is too short for disappointment. That disappointment and fear is a state of living from your mind. You can only dissect and compare and feel discontent when you're coming from your mind. But living authentically in the moment, leading with an open heart, with curiosity, and a poise of fearlessness, your heart will always guide you to your highest growth. Keep breathing. Happy holidays. And anyone wanting insight counseling from me, it's Samana, SAMANA, at SPALUNA.com. Or you could contact me or text me 808-283-7587. I'm $100 a session, or 2 sessions for $150. And we could do FaceTime, Skype, or Messenger, or come to South Austin. I'd love to have you here. Blessings all. I will be back next week. Mahalo and aloha.